have the avatar sync.
Yep.
Everyone Illidan.
So let's hope they're slightly more prepared than Illidan is.
Alright.
So as this is a map pick for We Are Not Prepared, Thinking gets to think about the first ban.
So I would. It's very interesting because it's not a map you can. Not that I can remember that you can really cheese on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So I guess they're gonna be planning on playing very solid, very comfort.
Yeah, I guess most cheese of cheese elements of Tomb of the Spider Queen are very standard these days. As in, you could play the Asmodan, or you could play like the Zul thing, or you could play the Chromie. They're all kind of like standard-ish meta these days. So.
Yeah, nothing too special. Either you focus on the heavy PvE rotation or the heavy PvP rotation. You're gonna go pokes, late game. Everything is open. Gonna have to see what they're gonna go with. But you know, so far, first bans here, at least Anub on the side of We're Not Prepared. Pretty standard.
That's Thinking, sorry. Are we? Oh, sorry, did we get...
Oh, you got them wrong. You got them the opposites. Okay.
Apologies.
No, okay. I need to fix this then. Hold on, guys. Thinking on the left. I'll fix the names, guys. Give me a moment. Sorry. This team on the left, I need to make it smaller. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, just remind me to fix that once we're in the main screen again after the game. Okay, so right now, team should be okay. So on the right side we have Thinking, on the left side We're Not Prepared. So Thinking, sorry, started with the new ban. We're Not Prepared followed by the Grey main, pretty standard. Thinking gonna secure Gul'dan immediately in their favor, and Uriel for We're Not Prepared, probably followed by Vala. No, Diablo. Okay.
Yeah, so I think the Aurel is probably a deny pick, as Gul'dan and Aurel is a very strong combination. The Diablo follow-up is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Diablo on this map. If you have heavy map rotation with two lanes that are so close to one another, he gets so much value from his level 1 talent.
I think especially with level 7 as well, he gets so much out of the gloats. He kills faster than Muradin on this map.
Yeah.
The only question mark is that with Aurel, you kind of need a sort of like a consistent hope generator.
Yeah.
And given Gul'dan is already on the other side, we had a bit of trouble if they start banning Vala here.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see Chromie ban from We're Not Prepared if they made their homework, which I'm not quite sure. Uriel really struggles against Chromie, especially on this map.
Yep.
You know what? Actually, Chromie probably not gonna happen. My bad.
I'm just thinking if Chromie is suitable to go with Gul'dan here. They could go well together. Probably. I suppose if you have.
I don't know. I'll take it back. I'll take my saying of Chromie back. I had a brain fart. I guess it's the late hour. Because looking at thinking, they're gonna be wanting a solo laner at least, and maybe something a little bit different than Chromie. It's still a possibility. Probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, it does leave a lot of holes in their composition. But if they get two frontliners, a solo lane tank like Arthas or Leoric, they could probably peel for it. But then We Are Not Prepared. We just go in a very dive heavy composition and just wow, this is interesting.
Not prepared banning Vala. Okay.
I would think that Thinking would have banned Vala.
Well, apparently they don't need to worry about it anymore because We Are Not Prepared to care of it. Cho'Gall. Okay, they are smelling something fishy.
Was that what they were going for all this while?
Could be.
Uncheesed, I suppose.
But then why would you ban Vala? Wouldn't you ban like Elioric, which is fantastic on this map, solo laner? I'm like, it's not. I'm not saying that Leoric is by any means a complete counter to Cho'Gall, but he helps you deal with him much more than most heroes out there.
Yep.
But interesting choice. Very, very interesting. So no Vala for We're Not Prepared. Who's gonna be the hope generator?
Well, the only one left on the list is Lunara.
Yeah, we have seen Zul'jin here as well. He really thrives, especially on this map. He can really thrive because you have all those constant rotation happening, and with the constant rotation, and especially on a small map, you have all those skirmishes, and they just feed his level 1 talent, right? You want X. So,
but that will mean that they'll struggle a bit on the wave clear, especially with the Jaina pickup now.
Yeah. Okay. So no. I mean, they could just go. I mean, they still have Zul'jin open. Lunara can still work out for them. Still. If they're gonna go double support, which is a possibility, they're gonna struggle with the hope generation for Uriel.
Yeah, a double support, they also lack a consistent damage.
Yeah.
With Jaina being the solo DPS here.
Yeah.
They could, I guess, run with
Arthas. I'm really trying to just figure out We're Not Prepared. What's their idea here? I guess Lunara is the only one that makes sense.
Yep. So they do have the slight advantage in the fact that Leoric plays well into Arthas. So I imagine Arthas is going to be their solo laner here.
Yeah. Although what I see right... Okay, they took Lunara away from them.
No, this is very, very interesting draft here. So they denied the Lunara, which means that they'll have to go down the Zul'jin route. Or they have to pick up someone very interesting like Sylvanas, who could work if they pick up Sylvanas. There's a higher requirement for execution, where Sylvanas spreads a lot of damage, but her damage aren't very meaningful, so you're giving up a lot of team fight to generate hope.
Yeah, Sylvanas is interesting, but I think Lunara is what they were counting on, seeing how they struggle.
Sylvanas doesn't do good team fight damage, but she does like spread damage, a lot of it, and generates hope in a sense.
They could go with Nazeebo. He won't generate hope at the beginning, but once he gets to later stages, he can be really strong for them. And there we go, Nazeebo. So they have a very scary level 20 spike for We're Not Prepared. They have the Leoric, they have the Nazeebo. On the other side, thinking only with Lunara that really scales well into the late game. Gul'dan kinda, but not to the same extent as Leoric and Nazeebo.
And Diablo as well, because with his souls, he can cheat death at 20 at least. Sort of.
Yeah. Alright. By the way, guys, I did forget. To give you the betting. So, gonna make it now happen. You have 5 minutes. Gonna make it shorter than usual. I actually thought we were gonna stop with the betting because Revlo is RIP, but it's not gonna be the case. So if you wanna bet something, do it now. A for we unprepared. B for thinking, or rather opposite. Sorry. No, as I said. A for we're not prepared, B for thinking, and yeah.
So the challenge here for we are not prepared is to try and survive to 20.
Yeah.
It does have its merits. It's just I wonder if they can actually execute it. They don't have a lot of the composition's slightly lacking in the sense that they don't have a lot of ways to delay the turn-ins, so as to delay the rounds and so to slow the flow of the game here.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so guys, game number 1 between We Are Thinking. Oh, We Are Thinking. We Are Not Prepared. We Are Thinking could be a thing. So, game number 1 between We Are Not Prepared and Thinking is about to start. On the left side of the map, we have in blue, We Are Not Prepared with Lasso on Jaina, Unknown on Azebo, PT Fury on Uriel, Zabina on Diablo, and Piratuga on Leoric.
On the right, we have Rasmus on the Johanna, Sisdit on the Gul'dan, Shockwave on the Lunara, Gargan on the Malfurion, and Dragon on the Arthas. So honorable 5v5? Nope. Leoric doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
Okay. So far, from what I can see, talents are pretty standard. Nothing too special for either team. Scouting drawn from Malfurion, pretty good on this map. Helps you be safe on the rotations. Yeah. However, we do need to mention that We Are Not Prepared. They are lacking in the wave fluid department. They have the Jaina, and that means they have no kill potential if she uses her Blizzard to clear the waves. So we are expecting to see them fall apart slowly but surely as they rotate. But on the plus side, they do have Nazebo, so they are gonna help him stack from the very first minute of the game.
Yep. There's interesting bit about this double tank that Thinking have drafted is that both of them are not very good at getting onto the backline. So that could be a saving grace for We Are Not Prepared.
Yeah. At least not at the early game. As level 10 hit, as level 7 hit for Johanna, the upgrade to Condemn, the movement speed, together with Blessed Shield,
Diablo's
can give her a way to
here.
initiate. Oh. Yeah, so what I was saying is, the moment they hit level 10, Johanna can initiate with Blessed Shield, with the Condemn movement speed on level 7, but that's about it for them, so...
I think Jaina was being slightly too adventurous there.
Yeah. A little bit too far forward, gonna get caught by the roots, and of course...
Yep. Very well done by Thinking there with the aggressive rotation.
Yeah.
Preventing them from rotating upwards to get their XP.
Yeah, I like this. They are abusing exactly their strength in this part of the game. They know they have the superior wave clear, and they're just focusing on rotating and denying rotation for the opponent. So not only they rotate better, they also deny We Are Not Prepared from rotating themselves. We can see Razmak constantly being very aggressive, dismounting them.
Nice corruption stacks there as well. Hitting everyone but Diablo. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Leoric seems to be suffering a bit against the Arthas there.
Yeah, quite interesting. And Arthas didn't even take block on level 1. So I'm a bit surprised that he's struggling. I guess he did miss the Drain Hope. I was not personally following with the camera.
Me neither, but it probably explains it.
Then again, Leoric didn't take block on level 1 either, but... Diablo Shadow Charge on the Johanna. Did he overextend though? The roots from Malfurion are solid, but Razmek's gonna go ham on the backline. So much damage with the corruption, but Nazebo with the zombie wall gonna catch Malfurion and Lunara there.
Yeah, very nice zombie wall there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, couldn't prevent the turn-in. So this is where the snowball starts.
Yeah.
Tomb the Spider Queen is a very, very snowbally map if you don't have any mechanisms to stop them from turning in. If they get good value out of this, they'll get to 10 earlier, and if you get to 10 earlier, then they'll have more tools to prevent you from turning or making your turn-ins less valuable.
Yeah, this is pretty standard thing we're seeing on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Pretty much at every level of play. You get the first turn in, usually you also get the second one, because the XP advantage will allow you to hit level 10 first, and you start to snowball from there. And if you have, as you mentioned, no mechanism of stalling, like Ragnaros, which is very popular, you're in a really rough spot.
Yep. Nazebo's wall seems very effective today.
Yeah, oh, Diablo with the
Oh,
Shadow Charge, overextended, and will be
yeah.
taken down.
That is 17 gems gone there.
Ouch.
Yeah, part of the problem with Diablo is a all-in hero. Once he gets in his, there's not a lot of things he can do to get out of the situation.
Yeah, this is actually one of the, if you got the chance to see teammate now known as Roll20, one of the things that made them so strong in the last HGC matches was the fact that they coupled Diablo with Medivh, and all of a sudden, while Diablo is very all-in, he can just get out of there with a portal.
Yep, and he can get in from anywhere. It's
Yeah.
like you have the wall to the side, he'll appear on the other side of the wall, so you're always in danger.
Yeah.
So now this is the struggle, the real struggle now. Thinking are close to 10, so then they are controlling the points, and all they're doing is they're trying to soak and they're trying to prevent. We are not prepared from going in.
Yeah. There's very little we are not prepared can do at this point in time. They are 2 levels behind. They're just gonna have to accept that the next turning is gonna happen, and they're gonna probably lose the bottom 4 and all front walls in most likelihood. Gonna have to see how much they can actually capitalize thinking that is on their next turn in. And there we go, level 10 has hit for thinking. We do have Blessed Shield for Johanna, Army of the Dead for Arthas, Horrify for Gul'dan, Twilight Dreams for Malfurion, and Lunara with the Leaping Strikes.
Yeah, and Oriel opting not to go for the cooldown here, but for the Empathetic Link, expecting to take a lot of sustained damage from whoever has the crown there.
Yeah, and by the way, meanwhile, We're Not Prepared did try to get a turn in at the top lane, but Rezmek was in position. Oh, the Blessed Shield on the Oriel, and this is gonna be one dead angel. As Oriel gets deleted there. Or to be correct, Archangel, but... And there we go. Second turn in is gonna happen here in favor of Thinking, and they're already pushing all the lanes, focusing again on the top lane, opening up the boss lane, and I like this decision, of course. Get yourself a secondary win condition, and yeah.
Yeah, I think when it comes to late game, the boss is the win condition. The gems are harder to come by at that time, and you need something to force.
Hold on, we do have an engagement here. We're Not Prepared going a ham despite not having level 10, and Diablo and Leoric can actually get punished there. Diablo will be taken down, but he does have 100 sold, and he will be rezzed momentarily here. Leoric did survive this. He needs to be careful. He has 32 gems. He can't die.
Yep, part of the gems... Well,
and he just did die. But Uriel did manage to collect some of them. Nazeebo the others? Okay.
Yeah, Diablo also had 19. I think they managed to rescue about 11, 12 of them.
Yeah.
So that's about quite a fair number of gems that... But then 29 gems is dropped. Hopefully they...
Yeah.
Collected by Leoric.
You know what, I have to give it to Thinking. They're showing no mercy, and I like it. You know, some teams in their position would be like, oh, okay, we are playing versus someone who is, you know, lower division. We can go easy on them, we can troll, we can, you know, play around. But they have a lot of respect towards We Are Not Prepared, and they're just playing top notch at the moment.
Yeah, and they also know that We Are Not Prepared has the late game.
Yeah.
So they will have to win this. In the course of next 10, 15 minutes, or 10, 12 minutes, really.
Yeah.
Or move, like, well, they do have a 3-level lead now. There's a bush meta going on here. Is it?
Ooh.
Is
and
it,
We Are Not Prepared are very split. No, but they're gonna be playing it super safe. Nice choice by them. By the way, level 10 has hit during the last skirmish for We Are Not Prepared. Crystal Aegis and no resurrection shenanigans here on Uriel. Ring of Frost for Jaina and Tomb for Leoric. Gargantuan for Nazeebo and Apocalypse for Diablo.
standard giant killer for standard talents all around for thinking here, and nothing out of the ordinary as well.
Oh, the Apocalypse is solid. It hit Lunar at the back line, but it doesn't matter because Leoric is taking so much damage and he will be taken down. So is Nazeebo. Diablo is the one to follow them, and this is gonna be a slaughter of 3-0 in favor of Thinking. This was painful.
Yep, indeed. Two factors played in there. The sustained damage from Thinking is just disgusting, and also the scaling, the level difference really played a huge part in that fight.
Yeah, definitely. And Thinking, not gonna be thinking twice, immediately gonna rotate to the middle lane, securing a keep in their favor, and gonna be back off. I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna be even trying to take a boss at this point in time. They know that they can't actually be contested, and if they will be contested, well, bait it is all I can think of, and it seems like, yeah, there we go, boss.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do the double turn-in plus the boss at the same time as well here.
Yeah. And this is probably gonna be checkmate for them. They have 2 talent advantage, 13 and 16, plus the turn-in, plus a boss. I just can't see we're not prepared holding this next, the following onslaught here.
Though meanwhile, Rasmus is going in the ham 1v5 here.
Yeah, there we go, boss, but no turn-in. They are missing only. Oh, the Ring of Frost missed everyone with the Entomb in the middle, though, catching 3 people. A little bit of a misplay by Jaina. Nice try, but we're not prepared. But Diablo is gonna be the first to fall. Johanna super low, and she will actually be taking down. Uriel survived with like 12 hit points there. Nazeebo will also just barely survive this. Wow, we're not prepared. 1 for 1, while being 4 levels behind.
Yeah, a fluffed Ring of Frost, but otherwise very good fight from them.
Yeah. I mean, the Ring of Frost could have been a disaster for Thinking if you would just have waited for the Entomb to go first. The Entomb just gathered them so nice and tight, and yeah.
Yep.
Missed opportunity, but still 1 for 1 at this point. Not too shabby, but still, they lost the keep during this fight, and a turn-in, of course.
Yep, unfortunately most of the lanes are also pushed, so they've now got a triple threat here.
Yeah.
Thinking pushing down the bottom lane, and they still have to come back and deal with the middle and top lane, which is knocking right at the doors of their core.
Yeah. Thinking are gonna be playing it super safe, focusing on the bottom lane, eliminating the last remaining keep here, the last remaining structure for We're Not Prepared. Leoric with the Drain Hope on Lunara, but it doesn't matter, she doesn't care about that. The Shadow Charge, though, will chunk her, but Diablo in an awkward position once again, gonna be taken down with the Roots follow-up. Leoric gonna fall, Jaina, Uriel, and...
Yep. And very dominant performance here by Thinking.
Yeah. As expected, I would say, pretty one-sided. Thinking versus We're Not Prepared game number 1.
Yeah, also a understandable gamble, but we are not prepared to draft for later compositions. The problem with later compositions is that if you don't get to the late game, you're pretty much sitting duck for most of the game, which I think contributes to the vast majority of how the game turned out as well. Perhaps, we hope that they'll draft slightly more early game composition next round and put up more fight, I think.
Yeah. Alright, let me fix the team names here. Thinking and Not Prepared. There we go. Alright, teams are fixed. And there we go. All right. So, game number one, pretty one-sided. Although they did have a nice moments there for We're Not Prepared, especially that one before the last engage where they actually managed to trade 1-for-1 was pretty fantastic to see. But yeah, game number two is going to be starting here momentarily. We're Not Prepared are going to go with the first pick, which means map is going to go in favor of Thinking, and they're going to go with Towers of Doom. All right. Okay. Arkina, are you still with me?
Yep. Sorry, I'm just preparing the.
Making sure you're not muted or something.
No.
Keep the team as they were last time. So Thinking on the right side now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and we're gonna prepare on the left. We are not thinking. Alright, so waiting for one more member of Thinking before we start game number two, guys.
Yep, one member of We Are Not Prepared is not prepared.
Oh, so Gargadon is gonna play for Thinking? Huh.
Yeah, Gargadon is playing for Thinking.
Interesting. Gotta admit, not usual? Oh, he's just using the Team League border. Sorry guys, it seemed like they had a Platinum 1 member for Thinking, sub. Is Gargadon a sub for them? I think he is, right?
Yeah, I think he is. Rasmus, Sisted, and Dragon. Wait, Rasmus and Seeded.
Yeah, Rasmus for sure, Seed for sure, Dragon for sure. Yeah, they said they have two subs.
Yeah, so the other two other subs.
Shockwave and Gargadon, okay. Okay. Okay, let's see if both teams are ready, guys. Thinking are ready. And we are not prepared are prepared. Aha! Alright, let's start this then.
Alright.
Alright,
just making sure. First pick on the left side, and yep, there we go.
Alright. So, Thinking went ahead and chose Towers of Doom. Very interesting choice, I think, because it's not a map you can end very quickly oftentimes. And you would expect them, you know, probably wanting to seal the deal, you know, get over with this game. Again, they are the favorite, let's be honest for a second. They are the favorite to win the match. They are the favorite to, of course, win the second game as well. So I'm really surprised they went for a more late game oriented game like map like Towers of Doom.
Yeah, it might be a comfort map for them, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few strategies here, but most gameplays revolving around Towers of Doom are pretty standard ones to take out the Vikings out of the equation here.
Mm-hmm.
So Zeratul, that's interesting. So it indicates that they're either going the Vikings or the Falstad route.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
A noob. Okay.
Yep, Thinking just do not want to deal with a Nubarak.
I don't blame him. One of the probably the best tank at the moment.
Yep.
in the
The
game.
most annoying one, definitely.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna be hiding their Vikings pick until later. Make sure they ban Falstad. Okay, so they did secure the Haka.
Yep.
Probably gonna be Viking at this point then, I don't think.
They could still be going to Vikings, but I don't think it's going to be as effective with the Haka. Yeah, they overlap functions quite a bit. So
Yeah.
thinking here could go with a Falstad if they want to, or they could just go with Greymane Abathur.
Oh, that's
Abathur is
interesting.
also a strong hero on this map here. He provides the pseudo global and obviously complements Greymane in the team fight as well. But that means giving up both the globals to the other team there.
Yeah, not ideal though, to take Abathur into the Haka. The Haka kind of thrives against Abathur since Abathur likes to hide in the bushes, and well, this is where the Haka goes to. But no, Uriel. Force thinking. Interesting. So we're not prepared. They have the option to just secure Falstad and deny globals from thinking at this point, and with the Zeratul ban, that would make a bit of sense.
Yeah, they could go with the Falstad. They've already dropped one on the counter to Falstad, and they could also actually just go with Gul'dan here and ban Vala. Just to deny the source of energy. Greymane is a good source of energy, but he is not poke oriented as much as the other two is.
Yeah.
So now we have the standard Malfurion, which is still good for a couple more days.
Yeah. A couple more days. That's true.
Well, we might see the resurgence of a DPS Malfurion, but who knows?
Arthas, okay.
So they are. The draft here is extremely generic. So they're saying we have a global Dahaka, we have the best support, best generic support in Malfurion, and we have a decent tank in Arthas here, which means. What are they thinking about the two last pick there?
Malfurion, very generic, like I said, solid support, not a big surprise, nothing to say. But the Arthas I actually don't like. When you compare the Akka with the Haka, Arthas with the Haka, you just don't have any way to initiate fights. Like none of them have an engage. Like yeah, the Haka can stalk from behind from a bush, but like if this is your best way of initiating, then you're in a big trouble if it doesn't work, because that's pretty long cooldown on stalk.
So we are not prepared. Is preparing to ban Cho'Gall, thinking that thinking is going to cheese.
Interesting, but you wouldn't expect thinking to actually cheese since they're the better team, right? They would like to take the game into a more standard game.
Yeah.
I mean, in that sense, if you think about this actually, now that I say it out loud, it makes sense to go with Towers of Doom. It's a map where it's a little bit hard to cheese on because you can't close the game really quickly, so maybe that was their reasoning. But I don't know, man. Maybe other maps would have been better suited where it's hard to cheese, but you also have the opportunity to end the game quickly.
Like Battlefield? Well, it is a quick map.
It is a quick map, but I think it's pretty easy to cheese there.
Yep.
Kinda.
So coming back to the Arthas, are they trying to hide something by picking Arthas so early?
Interesting.
So the logical pick here would be Vala as a good alternative hope generator for Oriel.
Yeah.
And they could go with they went with Muradin.
Interesting.
Yeah, Muradin's a good choice.
I mean, their next two choices are gonna be Tank and Bruiser, so, and we're not prepared to already have, so like. Muradin, pretty solid.
Yeah. So, what are they? What is not? We are not prepared thinking.
I would have actually liked to see Varian coming out. I mean, thinking can still go with the Varian.
Perhaps.
But I would love to see that over the Mirrodin to secure the Varian like 100%. Granted, we're probably not gonna go with Varian. 3 tanks, not common at all. But yeah, I would love to see the Varian there over the Mirrodin. At that point, Genji and Chromie.
And the Chromie.
Okay.
Okay, now it makes more sense. They don't want to engage into the enemy. They just want to zone everyone out. Hence, with the that's the Abathur.
Okay, so we do have the Abathur into the Dehaka, and you do have the Chromie into the Oriole, which puts We're Not Prepared draft-wise in an advantage. I would say they lack initiation, but with Mirrodin and Abathur and
and a double Greymane.
Yeah, you look to be engaged on anyway, so probably not the biggest deal out there. So draft-wise, I like We're Not Prepared a lot here over thinking. They have the Chromie for the Uriel, they have the Dehaka for the Global, plus the Abathur. They have the Arthas for the hard engage, they're gonna get onto themselves. Plus the Malfurion, by the way, Twilight Dream can do fantastic amount of work here. So it's all about execution on their side. Can they survive the initial onslaught or can't they?
Yep. So now the Arthas pick makes a lot of sense because they weren't looking into the engagement. However, the Genji is a huge unknown here. I suppose usually it's a hero with high execution requirements, and if you're playing against a team that you know is mechanically better than you, it might not be the most ideal hero to pick up.
Yeah, but it was a gamble with picking the Arthas that early into Greymane. Like, we've seen it multiple times where you had Arthas and he faced against Varian Greymane, and you just lock down the Arthas, and even though it's an Arthas, you don't really care about that. You're just gonna delete him instantly with Taunt, Curse Bullet, and of course later on Mortal Strike gonna reduce healing anyway, so he's just not gonna survive. So super risky, but they weren't punished with the Varian. Gonna have to see though if they can survive it. So guys, on the right side, in red, we have Thinking with Seed on Vala, Razmax on Mirrodin, Gargadon on Uriel, Shockwave on Greymane, and on Abathur we're gonna have Dragon.
So on the left we have Pitagura on the Haka, we have Zabina on the Genji, Isao on the Chromie, Unknown is not so unknown on the Arthas, and PT Fury on the Malfurion.
Alright. Level 1 talents, from what I can see. Interesting. Vala gonna go immediately with Monster Hunter from level 1.
So he's going straight into the Q bill here. Don't blame him, in a sense. It has a lot of burst, and if you can burst both Genji and Chromie down, that's the end of the fight for the other team. They have the Greymane for the sustained damage as well, and they are a very dive-heavy composition.
Yeah, but something I see that oftentimes, or sometimes at least, don't want to be strong with words, is that even if you go with the Q build of Vala, unless you have some very strong PvE stuff you want to do, you just don't go for the Q. Oh, nice Chromie combo there on Vala and Uriel. Fantastic by We're Not Prepared. Chunking them down.
Yeah, very nice route into Chromie there.
Yeah. So what I was saying about the Vala is, unless you have a very strong PvE thing that you can benefit from Monster Hunter, you just go with the mana regen on level 1 and then proceed with the Q build. Of course you do get the mana regen on Q if you go Monster Hunter, but when, with the mana regen that you naturally get, I forgot the talent name, at level 1 you can kind of compensate for it. Anyway, but still fine. Race Scar de Haka, by the way, pretty standard as well, level 1.
Bronze talents for Chromie, also pretty standard here.
Yeah. I am surprised though, I gotta say, that Mirrodin went with Third Wind. Third Wind usually you want to take when you expect a lot of back and forth and poking and you out-heal it. And I actually thought they're gonna go with a more all-in approach on the side of Thinking. And maybe the Stormbolt on level 1 would have been better.
I think the argument for Third Wind here is that because you're playing up against a Chromie and Oriel's already struggling with the heals, and having the third win means taking Meridian out of the equation of people you have to worry about.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I accept your argument for that. Actually makes sense. Just to negate the Chromie poke. Alright. I'm a little bit surprised that Zabina is at the top lane together with the Haka, probably helping with the Greymane a little bit, but nobody's in the middle soaking, which gives the advantage to Abathur.
Yeah, thinking of playing aggressive now, which is a good thing here. They're forcing we are not prepared to react to them. Unfortunately, it seems to be backfiring a bit here.
Yeah.
Rasmus is a very adventurous move.
Oh, Arthas taking a lot of damage at the bottom lane there. This combo from Chromie will connect with Oriel. Force Thinking to go back. And I like the fact that Thinking are very aggressive here. They're punishing the fact that Genji is not with his team. So instead of this situation being a 4 versus 3.5, it's a 3 versus 3.5 because Genji is just not there.
Yep.
But now he is, so they need to be careful here on the side of Thinking.
So this is the power of the Abathur versus the other globals, where right now Abathur is always in the fight. Unfortunately, the Haka is has other ideas here.
Oh, he actually got the dragon and will just barely escape with 50 hit points. Wow.
Almost. Oh, Chromie getting slightly caught out there.
Oh, the Haka with the burrow, but a little bit too far. I think it's gonna be late to the party. Sabina will be taken down.
Yeah, Chromie landed her Q a bit too early before the time stop evaporated on assisted.
Ooh! And the combo now landed. The Haka though, very risky positioning. Doesn't look like he has too much assets. And he will be forced back there. Wow.
I think we are not prepared to give this up, or else they'll start.
And there we go. 1 dead, 2? No.
No.
Sabina being way too greedy.
Yep, yeah, 2 dead.
Ouch. This was a small miscommunication, by the way. We saw Genji going ham while his team going back, so...
Yeah. Abathur just got out just in time.
Yeah, the top lane, yeah.
Yeah. Abathur and the Haka playing a game of cat and mouse around here.
Alright, seeing like Thinking are gonna be taking their Sapper camp. And they're gonna be invading. We are not prepared Sapper camp now, or at least trying some Chinese ambush maybe? Oh, there we go. Nice combo on Vala and the secure kill.
Very deep Vala, yep.
Yeah, nice.
Vala was a good getaway, especially with a team that has Genji here.
Yeah, fantastic choice there by Chromie to go time loop and secure the kill. Oh, nice attempt there from Chromie on the Oriel, almost taking her down.
Yeah, very well played here by We Are Not Prepared. As what we're seeing now is on a much more balanced composition. They are putting up much more of a fight.
Yeah.
Compared to the previous game where they were relying on getting to the late game.
Yeah, but we need to keep in mind though that it was to be expected that Thinking would struggle at the early game because they have an avatar composition. But now that level 10 is online and ready for Thinking, now it's a different beast. You have Abathur, he does have the evolution. Ultimate evolution, and now they're gonna be in a problem. And there we go, Thinking already going very, very aggressive, invading the Sapper cap at the bottom there. Genji baiting a lot of damage and surviving.
Yeah, but Arthas is probably in too deep.
Oh,
Meridian.
Oh, the Twilight Dream, fantastic, hitting 3 people, but it's not gonna be enough, as Arthur's gonna fall down, so will Genji, and the Haka, it seems like he will just barely survive this. Maybe? Yeah, he's dead. Nope, the drag actually connects, and he will survive.
Yeah, it was a very nice Twilight Dream there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think Damien, well, sorry, Arthas was a bit slightly too chunked there to start the fight. I don't think Esau should be anywhere near here, trying to channel.
No, but the Curse Bullet was used and missed. And it seems like Thinking are giving it up. Yeah. Not playing greedy at all. They're gonna be focusing on the bottom lane, rotating, taking the bell tower. Alright.
Enough of this charade. Bring down the Gravekeeper's call.
As feeble as your words.
Chromie misses her combo, but she's out of position there, but they won't be able to capitalize that. Thinking that is trying to collapse on her. Nice try by Thinking. Would expect him to play maybe a bit passive, trying to push with the Sapper camp. Be careful, maybe try to get 13. Maybe not. Maybe they will just decide to go for a fight now. We do see them being very aggressive in the bottom lane. They collapse there on the Arthas. And rip in pepperonis.
Yeah, this is always a danger against
Yeah.
this composition that Thinking has here. Once they start collapsing on you, ooh, Sister needs to be slightly less adventurous into the kill zone.
Oh, Sappers managed to connect with the core of We're Not Prepared. So, We're Not Prepared, man. They need to be a little bit more careful with the engagement. They need to know, or you know, they need to realize that they need to be engaged on, and they need to survive the first onslaught. I feel like if they can manage the Cursed Bullet, they can win team fights. You know, yes, it's Division 4 versus Division 1, but as long as they can manage the Cursed Bullet, if the tanks can rotate, this would give them a much better chance.
This is not the situation you want to be in.
Nope.
Where your Malfurion is on the other end of the Chromie.
Ouch. The flank from Thinking was fantastic, mirroring, zoning everyone from We're Not Prepared, while Malfurion was isolated. And he will be taken down. Look at Avatar at the top, by the way, having a small landmine there.
Yep. The problem with We're Not Prepared right now is that they are also chunked, and their support was dead. So if they try to fight this one here,
there we go, Daka. Ouch. 30% hit points, gone there.
Yep, that hurts.
Yeah. We're Not Prepared are looking to make something happen here. I do like it. They do have level 13. The loop is gonna go on the Greyman, but the Aegis will save him. So this is 1-for-1 as far as heroics go. Curse Bullet was used, and Genji will be deleted there.
Yep, and they fought at a choke where I think they split up a bit, and Thinking took advantage of it. Oh, Chromie might die. Nope, just got away just in time.
So again, Bell Tower in favor of Thinking. They are very close to level 16. Probably gonna be rotating soon towards the Curse Bullet on the Arthas. You know, use it, why not? Such sword cooldown, man. Might as well just spam it. Thinking gonna be securing the Sapper camp at the bottom. And gonna be escorting it. Oh, Chromie there with the ice block. Can they actually punish Vala? See, taking a lot of damage there. He's being chunked by Genji, but it's not gonna be enough as Chromie will fall down.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight. I think Vala was slightly brave. But unfortunately, Chromie was caught really out of position, and she was always going to die at the end of that timeout.
Yeah. And so did the Haka. He did miss his drag. He did his adaptation, but it didn't help him. The drag, of course, missed. And he's also going to be the victim of this engagement. And 3 altars are going to be spawning right now. And we're not prepared. Can't actually contest at least 2 of them. And I'm not even sure if they can contest the 3rd one. They are a talent behind. It's 16 versus 14.
The time is now.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving up all 3. Oh no.
No. But thinking, on that hand, I'm not gonna be greedy here. Gonna secure 2 of the altars. Gonna give away 1 for We're Not Prepared. Playing it super safe. They are ahead. They can give away altars. It's completely fine. Genji out of position. Stormbolt did miss. He did bait though, the cursed bullet.
So I'm not sure the boss would have. Nice call here. We are not prepared is in a pseudo checkmate situation. If they get more than their fair share of towers, the next shrine will probably be the game over shrine. So we are not prepared needs to make something happen soon.
Yeah.
They're gonna hit 16, and the gap from 16 to 20 talent tier is the largest one in the game. And therefore they'll have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Especially with Chromie getting her Storm talent soon as well.
Yes, I completely agree. Level 16 and, you know, hope for a miracle at that point. Dragon Blade was used by Genji. They don't have level 16 just yet though. I'm very surprised they went for an engage. The Haka did get a lot of damage on him. And he is focusing on the Sapper camp. But Genji was taking him down.
He is slightly out of position there.
Ouch. Alright, this was a bit painful to watch. A little bit surprised why they went for an engagement right as they were about to hit level 16, and the Haka traded for the Avatar clone there.
And Malfurion traded the Twilight Dream for his life.
Yeah. Alright, this should be checkmate at this point.
Yep, so all they are doing right now is probably going to just trade towers, the bottom one for the mid one, and they're always going to be in a 1 tower advantage here. And now they're on the same talent tier at least. This is the best chance they have to win the fight, and they have to do it in the next few seconds.
And not gonna happen. Genji's gonna be falling down here, and so will Chromie with the body block, the Aegis body block from Iridan. And that's all she wrote for We're Not Prepared.
Yep, and that is it. GG.
Okay, GG. We're Not Prepared, man. Knew how to draft, I felt like. In game number 2, they had a pretty solid draft. They had a pretty decent start for the game, but the moment level 10 hit, once Abathur got his clone, the ultimate evolution, once he got that, that was pretty much it for We're Not Prepared.
Yeah, they had a little bit of trouble trying to deal with the aggression of thinking from the side of thinking here. And I think mechanics played a huge part in this composition here. Draft-wise, We're Not Prepared really had a really good draft. Even if Abathur comes online at 10, you're relying on a heroic to be able to engage on the fight all the time. And you just get out poked by Chromie most of the time.